1.
Good morning, everyone. We'll call the Committee on Commerce, Consumer Protection, and Consumer Protection. I almost give it the wrong name. This year we are just Commerce and Consumer Protection, and we'll call that committee to order. We have some wonderful folks joining us on Zoom, I believe, and hopefully, and we have 4 of us here. We have Senator Nishihara, Senator Misalucha, Senator Riviere, and I'm Roz Baker. Do we have folks on Zoom?
Oh, Senator Chen and Senator Favela are in, but they have no data right now.
Oh, okay, all right, because they are very important members today. They make our quorum, and otherwise we cannot vote. And since this is decision-making only, that would have been a problem. Okay, sorry, Senator Favela and Senator Chang, we don't have your video, but we're glad that you're joining us as well. So members, let's, it is slightly after 9:30, so let's begin. We tried to send out to everyone what the recommendations would be, and they may have been adjusted slightly after I talked with the chair of a committee I couldn't get a hold of last night. So, the first item on our agenda this morning is a measure that came to us from AEN. It's Senate Bill 132 relating to water pollution. Would begin in January 2023, banning the sale, offer of sale, or distribution in the state of any sunscreen that contains of a benzone or octocrylene or both without a prescription issued by a licensed healthcare provider to preserve marine ecosystems. Members will remember that we have been trying to make sure that we have reef-friendly sunscreens since we believe that none of us, including our visitors, would want to be visiting our reefs if they are barren. So the recommendation is to pass with technical, non-substantive amendments requested by SMA. And Chair apologizes for all of the misspellings in these DM notes. We've been having some issues with our computer, and sometimes my fingers don't work very well. So the recommendation on Senate Bill 132 is to pass with technical, non-substantive amendments. Are there any questions or comments from member? If not, Chair votes aye. Pass with amendments.
Okay.
132.
Right. Got it.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, Senator Chang.
Senator Chang, are you there?
Okay.
If you are, unmute yourself.
I'll come back.
Okay.
Okay, Senator Misalucha.
Aye.
Senator Nishiargo's reservations. Senator Revere.
Aye.
Senator San Buenaventura. Okay, we'll skip. I'll come back to Senator
Yes, she's
Favela.
here.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Senator Chang.
Excused.
Excused. Senator San Buenaventura.
Aye.
Motion's adopted.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda this morning for decision-making is Senate Bill 244, Senate Draft 1, relating to food donations. Chair recommends that we pass this with amendments, deleting Section 2 per the Department of Health testimony. And for the committee report, note that it is not a violation of DOH rules if food establishments choose to donate or distribute wholesome food products beyond the expiration date, as this information is voluntarily provided by manufacturers to guarantee product quality and should not be used to determine product safety. It's just a way, being very cynical, to get us to consume it faster so we can buy more of their product. That's an editorial comment that won't show up on the committee report. So the recommendation of the chair is to pass Senate Bill 244, Senate Draft 1. with amendments. Is there any questions or comments? If not, chair votes aye.
Senator Chang. I'll come back. Senator Misalucha.
Aye.
Nishar goes aye. Senator Revere.
Aye.
Senator San Ventura.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
Motion, I'll come back one more time. Senator Chang. Okay, excuse.
Okay.
Motion is adopted.
Thank you, members. Senate Bill 489 relating to agricultural buildings. This went to AEN and PSM before coming to us. It would increase the maximum area for each agricultural shade cloth, structure, cold frame, and greenhouse that could qualify the structure for an exemption from building permit and building code requirements. The recommendation is to pass this measure unamended. Any questions or comments? If not, chair votes aye.
Senator Misalucha.
Aye.
Senator Nishar goes aye. Senator Revere.
Aye.
Senator San Ventura.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
Okay, Senator Chang. Excuse.
No, it's on.
Oh, he's back now.
Sorry about that.
Okay. So was that an aye vote, Senator Chang?
Yes, it was. Aye.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
Okay, thank you.
Glad to have you back with us. Nice to see both you and Senator Favela on the screen there, so thank you so much. The next item on our agenda is Senate Bill 340, also relating to agricultural lands. Came as well from AEN and Waterland. Amend certain land subdivision and condominium property regime laws related to agricultural land as recommended pursuant to Act 278 Session Laws of Hawaii 2019 to ensure condominium property regime projects within agricultural districts are used for agricultural purposes. This measure does not have any text or anything. Chair recommends we pass this measure unamended. Any questions or comments? If not, chair votes aye.
Of the members
No, you
here.
got to call the roll because we got a couple.
Oh, okay. Senator Chang.
Aye.
Senator Misalucha.
Aye.
Senator Nishar goes aye. Senator Revere.
Aye.
Senator San Ventura.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Reservations.
Okay. Motion is adopted.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is Senate Bill 602, Senate Draft 1, relating to pharmacy benefit managers. This measure needs a little bit more work, so I'm going to try to meet with both DCCA and Health to see if we can get some amendments and be able to move this forward. So would like to defer this one till 2/24/2021, which would be tomorrow at 9:30 in conference room. 9:30, Allison, what we said?
You can make it 9:35, so right after that at 9:30 agenda.
Okay, all right. This one will go to a 9:35 agenda. We have a 9:30 agenda tomorrow in conference room 229. Okay, thank you. The next item on our agenda is Senate Bill 827, Senate Draft 1, relating to breast cancer screening. This has to do with increasing the categories of people, women required, that would be covered for mammogram screening and defines digital breast tomosynthesis. This measure needs a little bit more work. I was prepared to pass it out with some amendments, but there may be some concerns about whether this is a new mandate, and so the chair needs to do a little wordsmithing on this measure before we can pass it out of committee. So we'll defer this one till tomorrow, February 24th, at our 9:35 agenda. Okay. The next item on our agenda is Senate Bill 975, Senate Draft 1, relating to pharmacy audits. This would implement the Fair Pharmacy Audit Act, versions of which have been enacted in 38 states. Our previous committee, Health, found that the measure needed further discussion and inserted defective effective date of July 1, 2050. And I share the Health Committee's desire for additional discussion. So we'll leave that defective date in there and pass the measure unamended over to the House for their additional, well, to the floor, and then hopefully over to the House for their additional consideration. So the recommendation is to pass unamended. Any questions or comments, members? If not, chair votes aye.
Senator Chang,
Aye.
Senator Misalucha,
Aye.
Senator Nishar goes aye, Senator Revere,
Aye.
Senator San Ventura,
Aye.
Senator Favela.
aye,
Okay, motion is adopted. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is Senate Bill 1340, Senate Draft 1. This is relating to emergency medical services. There are a number of moving parts in this measure that need some additional work. So the chair wants to defer this measure to Wednesday, February 24th at 9:35 in conference room 229. The next item on our agenda is Senate Bill 838, Senate Draft 1. This is relating to services for kupuna. Allows the Executive Office on Aging to relax the 30-hour employment requirement for qualified caregivers under the Kupuna Caregivers Program during a state-declared state of emergency. Makes some other amendments and has a defective date on it. Chair recommends that we move this ahead unamended. It does need some further discussion, and we want to make sure that it doesn't just go straight up, but that it gets the additional discussion when it hopefully crosses over to the House. So we'll leave that defective date there, and the measure can pass unamended. Chair votes aye. Oh, I'm sorry, any discussion from members? If not, chair votes aye.
Senator Chang,
Aye.
Senator Misalucha,
Aye.
Nishar goes aye, Senator Revere,
Aye.
Senator San Ventura,
Aye.
Senator Favela, Senator Favela.
aye,
Oh, thank you. Motion's adopted.
Thank you, members. Senate Bill 1021 is next on our agenda. It relates to burials. Prohibits the selling, transferring, conveying, or otherwise disposing of or offering for sale any plots, crypts, or niche having an authorized capacity limit of fewer than 10 sets of cremated human remains or burials prepared consistent with traditional Hawaiian cultural customs and practices. Chair recommends that we pass this measure with amendments. There are some technical, non-substantive, conforming types of amendments that SMA recommended, as well as DCCA wanted an amendment that would allow the interment of up to 10 sets of human remains that are cremated or prepared consistent with traditional Hawaiian burial in a single plot, crypt, or niche. That is viewed as a technical amendment, so with that, Chair would recommend that we pass with the technical amendments provided to us by SMA and DCCA. Any concerns or questions, members? If not, Chair votes aye. Pass with amendments.
Senator Chang,
Aye.
Senator Misalucha,
Aye.
Nishihara goes aye, Senator Revere,
Aye.
Senator San Ventura,
Aye.
Senator Favela.
aye,
Motion is adopted.
On Senate Bill 57, I had an opportunity to speak with Chair Lee with Transportation, and he was fine with some amendments that SMA offered, also to delete the noise test because that's really not a safety check item on the list. and to return to an amendment that was in the original measure authored by Senator Shimabukuro to keep street rod exemptions for 1967 and older cars. This is really an Oahu issue. I don't believe there are such activities on the neighbor islands. However, to keep the measure alive for consideration, we're going to also defect the date. What's a good date? 7/1/2040. And we will move, Chair will recommend that with that addition to what is already in the measure, as well, some SMA text, deleting the noise test, since it's not a safety check item, and keeping the street rod exemptions for 1967 and older cars. We'll move this forward for continued consideration on the floor and over in the House. So the recommendation is to pass Senate Bill 57, Senate Draft 1, with some of the amendments of the author put back in and an effective date. So pass with amendments. Chair votes aye.
Senator Chang?
Aye.
Senator Misalucha?
Aye.
Nishar goes aye. Senator Revere?
Aye.
Senator San Ventura?
Aye.
Senator Favela?
aye,
Motion is adopted.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is Senate Bill 251, Senate Draft 1, relating to transportation network companies. The recommendation is to pass this measure with amendments that SMA provided. Those are technical, non-substantive. Add a definition of a TNC vehicle, which apparently we don't actually have. I thought we had one, but the concern was that if it wasn't there, then you might have people trying to use a truck, a tractor trailer, a semi-trailer, or other things that are not really consistent with passenger transport, which is what this is geared to. So we wanted to make that clear, and we will defect the date 7/1/2050. Any questions or comments on this measure? If not, Chair votes aye. Pass with amendments.
Senator Chang?
Aye.
Senator Misalucha?
Aye.
Nishar goes aye. Senator Revere?
Aye.
Senator San Ventura?
Aye.
Senator Favela?
aye,
Motion is adopted.
Thank you, members. Senate Bill 1212, Senate Draft 1, relating to motor vehicle registration. The chair recommends that we pass this with the technical amendments recommended by SMA. And the line 6 needs to be clarified to read, has not resolved any outstanding federal operations of out-of-service order. And there is already a defective date in this measure. Any questions or comments? If not, pass with amendments. Chair votes aye.
Senator Chang?
Aye.
Senator Misalucha?
Aye.
Nishar goes aye. Senator Revere?
Aye.
Senator San Ventura?
Aye.
Senator Favela?
aye,
Motion is adopted.
Thank you, members. Senate Bill 1403, Senate Draft 1. Chair wants to defer this till tomorrow, February 24th at 9:35, because I want to request the Department of Transportation to provide language that will allow us to comply with federal grant assurances number 22 while providing some relief from helicopter noise. So they said that DOT cannot single out helicopter operations and force the single entity to provide flight information. This is a violation of Federal Grant Assurances number 22. There must be a way we can manage this, so I'm going to ask for DOT's help. So we'll consider this one again tomorrow at 9:35 in conference room 229. Senate Bill 768, Senate Draft 1, relating to zero-emission vehicles. Let's see. This establishes the Rental Car Modernization Task Force within the Department of Transportation for admin purposes, and asks them to submit a report no later than December of this year and a final report no later than December 1, 2022. Chair recommends that we pass this measure with amendments. We want to take the Hawaii State Energy Office amendment to include the Chief Energy Officer to be a member of the task force. In addition to other issues, we'll ask the task force to analyze how airport parking structures might be able to accommodate additional charging station infrastructure and the financial requirements necessary to complete it, because this measure would require rental car modernization to include zero-emission vehicles, so basically all electric vehicles. So it's a notable goal, but that's why I think rather than imposing it, they put a task force together to try to figure out how we might accomplish that with the least disruption to the infrastructure that we already have. As everybody knows, the airport in Honolulu, HIA is going through some renovations in their parking structure. Maui has just finished one, so if we're going to do something that is really good for the environment, and I think is a place that we want to get to, we need to. This task force is important, and we need to make sure that it looks at all of the ramifications. So we will pass. The recommendation then is to pass Senate Bill 768 with amendments. Any questions or comments? If not, chair votes aye.
Senator Chang.
Aye.
Senator Misalucha.
Aye.
Nishar goes aye. Senator Revere.
Aye.
Senator San Ventura.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
aye.
Thank you. Motion is adopted.
Thank you. I believe that brings us to the end of our agenda for today. And we do have a decision-making agenda tomorrow in this conference room, February 24th at 9:30 in conference room 229. And we'll look forward to seeing everybody there, either in person or on video. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We are adjourned. Thank you.